Hello and welcome. Delighted to have you joining Fitness with Sierra for a yoga flow. This short little practice will get you feeling more grounded, some good stress relief, connected back into your body. Be sure to take options that feel good for you, honor your body, taking a break anytime you need to. I'll speak to different levels of the movement, so explore what feels good in your body. All you need is your body weight. A mat is great to have if you have that as well. And then we'll start with a little bit of movement to invigorate and wake ourselves up. So standing hips width distance, roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Go a couple of times to mobilize that upper body. Start to feel some alignment with your hips, knees stacked right above those ankles and your shoulders above. We'll reverse those circles, reaching tall through the crown of the head, getting some nice mobility here. And then start to sink into the legs a little bit. Let me show you. We're going to swing it up, up, and then press. You can use an exhale out, out, lift and reach, maybe climbing to the toes, maybe staying grounded. Now we're using this to invigorate the body a little bit. So it's that and then reach. Nice and easy. Maybe your range is higher up. If things feel tight, that's okay. You can make it work for you. We're just invigorating ourselves here. Maybe lifting and extending if that feels good. You can go at your own pace, your own breath. One more time here. And then taking a moment to come to center. You can roll those shoulders up, back, and down, stacking the joints again. You can lean slightly forward to let your toes catch and get that little bit of a root lock. Your thumbs can press towards your heart space, chest is open. Take a moment to breathe in and out through the nose, maybe slightly constricting through the back of the neck by tilting the chin forward. This is our victory breath, Ujjayi breathing. Settling in after that invigoration. Taking a moment to come into your body. Yoga meaning union, so we can unify mind and body, spirit as we move through today. You can do a little sway side to side. You might allow the hands to come by the sides and feel the weight shift from the pinky edge of one foot and the insole of the other. Noticing a little bit of proprioception where your body is in space. Try to keep the feet totally grounded here. And then from center, we'll go forward and back slightly. Notice if your body has that little catch response. So we're working up a little bit of stabilizers in the feet and lower leg. And then we'll come towards center. I invite you to join me down on the mat. We'll come into a seated position here, opening your arms out like cactus arms. Roll those shoulders back and down. Take a big breath into one side. Exhale, rotate towards the other. Nice little cactus reach here. There's height in the spine. And we're wringing out that core with a little bit of lateral movement side to side. One more each side. Sweeping both arms up through center, reach nice and high, press your palms to the sky. And as you root your tailbone down, let your shoulders melt away from the ears. Soften the expression on your face. Feel this duality of grounding down and reaching up. Nice big stretch in the shoulders. And then dropping your right hand down beside you, left arm reaching up and overhead. Try to notice if you're spinning forward, if you can open that top shoulder towards the sky. Bottom arm could be bent or on a yoga block if you have one available. Using your core strength to lift up and reaching to the other side. Big space in the rib cage here. Notice if your hips are lifting and off balance, can you stay connected, creating an anchor point in that arc up and over through the body. And then press yourself up. We'll sweep the arms nice and high. Hinge forward at the hips, hands landing in front of you. You could do a little sway side to side if things are feeling tight. You might start to spider crawl those fingertips a little further forward. Taking a couple of steps to one side. Feel that length in the side body through the lats, through the upper back, walking across to the other side. As we come in, start to walk the hands in, sweep the arms nice and high. This time it's a little spine rotation. So drop one hand behind you. Your front hand isn't crossing that knee. Sit nice and tall. Anytime we're twisting, we want height in the spine. So pretend there's a string pulling from the top of the head, helping to elevate your spine. One more breath in for length. Breath out for depth. Inhale, prepare. As you breathe out, take that back hand across the other knee. Tuck the chin round the spine back gently. We're opening up between the shoulder blades. And then release, open out the arms nice and wide. Try to push your palms to the side walls and give those wrists a nice flex stretch here. Melt your shoulders back and down. If it's too much on the shoulders, you could do the same stretch lower. Stay for a full breath cycle. Feel the way your upper back engages, connecting to the back body. And then float your arms nice and sky high. We'll do that little twist towards the other side. Your hand is in close behind you on the floor, maybe up on the fingertips or a yoga block. That front hand can cross the thigh. Remember to sit nice and tall, elongate the spine, breathe in. Exhale, rotate a little deeper in that twist. Staying again, aware of your breath. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, arms to the sky. And then floating them back into a 90-degree position. We'll hook your right arm underneath the left. If that wrap feels good, you could stay there. Perhaps your palms will cross a little bit here. And then we're opening up some space in the upper back. You might extend the elbows up a little bit higher. This is eagle arms. You can play with moving slightly forward and back, lifting higher and lowering, I should say. And you might stay lifted if that feels good. Another option would just be holding the arm and getting a good stretch here. Sitting nice and tall through the spine. It's okay that the shoulders are opening apart in the back. We've got a bit of protraction. And then taking a breath in, prepare. Exhale, bowing forward. You might round the spine here, tuck the chin. And then breathe in, make space come nice and open. We'll switch which foot is in closer. It's a little different stretch through the hips here. Take a full breath in. Hinging at the hip, find that end point, and then just let your hands drop and melt gently towards the floor. Maybe your forearms and elbows reach. Maybe you're higher up to keep the back feeling supported. Honoring if this hip is a little different. You can walk the hands a little step to one side. Remember to keep your sit bones connected to the earth beneath you, feeling that side body stretch. Smoothing out the breath, and we'll walk through to the other side. Finding center, walk it back in. I encourage you to sit onto one side. We'll take the legs back into a tabletop position. So your hands are directly beneath the shoulders, knees are hips width distance. You can curl the toes underneath you, lower the belly, lift the face to cow pose, big breath in. Tailbone tucks, feet go flat, exhale, round the spine. You're pulling that core in and up towards the spine. Lower the belly, lift the face, breathe in. And we exhale, pull from the core. Your belly button's going in and up towards the spine. You'll tuck it under the ribs. You're drawing the shoulders apart. And then inhale, lower and lift. You might try to widen those sit bones apart. Last time here. Now the best part of an online video is you can make it your own and nobody's watching or judging. So we can do a little happy cow, wag side to side. You can do little organic movements, let your hips make circles, kind of moving through the shoulder as well. Whatever organic movement feels good. You don't have to just copy what I'm doing. I'm a guide, encouraging you to explore your own body here. And we'll meet back at center. Take your spine into a neutral position, so there's that natural lumbar curve, but we've got a bit of core engagement away from the floor here. Go ahead and curl your toes under behind you on the mat as if you're kneading dough, or the way little kitten paws like to knead. And then we'll take your right leg back, do a little forward and back, rocking through that leg. Waking up the hamstring, getting some mobility in your ankle. And then finding center where you're stacked with the joints. Squeeze through the glutes, start to float that leg, point your toe, take your opposite arm and leg long. Inhale. As you breathe out, elbow towards the knee, round the spine. Take a breath in, lengthen, extend. Try to keep your hips really level and crunch back in. Taking a moment to find balance, and as you're stretching away, you're still connecting to your core center. 2 more times. Working with that breath. Finding length 1 more time here. And then connect back to the mat. We'll curl under through the other leg, rocking gently forward and back. Noticing your wrists have a little weight shift here. You can take the fingertips really nice and wide, press into every knuckle. That gives you a good base in the wrists. We'll center ourselves, squeeze the glute, float that leg, extend the opposite arm, take that full breath in. crunch and round the spine. Reaching out, finding a strong, stable back body. Chest is level towards the floor. And we're bringing in that same rounded cat back spine. It's good to let our spines get mobility. Last 2 here. And one more time. Connecting back to the mat, take a moment, and we'll drum the tops of the feet down. A little bit of thunder, and then go back to that kneading, just stretching out through the plantar fascia under the foot. And then we'll curl the toes, lift the hips up as well as back, taking a downward facing dog. You can start to pedal out your feet here. Think of coming up as well as back. That core is activated. We're warming up through the ankles. Connect to your breath. Find a moment of stillness. Stay for 3 deep breath cycles. Think of your thumb and pointer finger making a letter L and a reversed mirror. And then eyes look forward, shift forward. We're going to drop onto the knees into a tabletop position. Take the big toes to touch knees wide, press into a child's pose. You can rest your forehead to the mat. Maybe you allow the head to gently rock side to side, stimulating that third eye seat of intuition. Taking one hand out to the side, bend that elbow like 90 degrees, and you're opening up through a little chest stretch. You might look towards that bent elbow. Opposite arm is extending nice and high towards the top of your mat. And then we'll switch sides. Open out, little leverage chest stretch here. And reaching both arms forward. This is a good time to check back in with yourself. Notice if there's potentially a little bit of a shift in the body by bringing in a little bit of movement. Perhaps setting a moment of reflection and gratitude. You can just observe and see what's different or what's coming up in your body. It doesn't have to have a label. And maybe just feeling grateful that you chose to hit play and show up for this. As we come back up, weight goes into the hands. We'll curl those toes, lift those hips up as well as back, finding your downward facing dog. Take your right leg up to the sky, bend open through that leg. Notice if you drop to one side, can you keep your body level towards that mat? If you need, you could come down to the back knee and open out your hip here. You could also be on the forearms if that feels better in the wrists. Do a couple of ankle circles here, bringing in some mobility of that joint, and reverse. We'll extend that leg sky high, look to the top of the mat, step it right outside the same hand, drop your back knee. We're coming to Anjaneyasana, low lunge. You could stay down to the mat if that feels better, or float the arms up. Now for your low back, sometimes creating this curve and flexibility doesn't feel good. You could bring your body more upright, stacking your shoulders and hips, giving a little bit more space. To really feel that hip flexor, you can tuck the pelvis slightly and squeeze that back glute. It's going to help you open up the front of the body. Check what your shoulders are doing. Let them relax from the ears here. Maybe we bring back those cactus arms, opening up through the chest. You can soften the jaw and the expression on the face. And then reach up to the sky. Maybe if you have yoga blocks, it would be great to land on here. We're coming to half splits. You can pull the hips back, little hinge forward. Maybe the toes lift up. Feeling a nice stretch through your hamstring. And we'll prepare for an easy twist. Coming forward, breathe in, plant that opposite hand. Your same hand as that knee is reaching up and open. Nice little twist here. Notice if your hip is on the outside pulling, you can bring it towards center. Get a little activation and stacking here. Perhaps you'd like to open up your shoulder, taking your top hand with the palm reaching back behind you. A little bind in that shoulder. Reaching back up to the sky. Eyes to the top of the mat. Setting this hand down, we'll curl the back toes, step back to plank. Take a moment here. You can be on the knees if you need. We still want to activate through the core. Spacious across the upper back. Your heels are stacked right above your toes. The belly's lifting in nice and strong. Option to come down to your knees for this first one. Untuck the feet, and then we'll bring it down nice and slow. Elbows close to the body, and then we'll slide your elbows forward to cobra. One thing that's helpful in the low back, a tailbone tuck. Give the glutes a gentle squeeze, tops of the feet are grounded. Now we can pull the elbows towards our body as we open up the chest, leveraging into extension in the front body. It can be nice to give the neck some movement here. Look over your right shoulder, gently nod the chin to chest, roll through to the other side, looking left. Nodding chin towards shoulder, roll through, look to the other side, a little half pipe here. Making sure the neck has nice mobility, no constrictions. And then next time you look to the right, look forward, slide the hands in under the toes, curl the hands under shoulders, curl toes, lift hips, take it back. Downward facing dog, finding length and space. Picking up that left leg, open out the hip behind you, the foot kicks. Notice if you've twisted, can you level out through that body? Remember your option on forearms or back knee. You can start to do some ankle circles here, let things mobilize, maybe feel some Rice Krispies happening. Take a big inhale, straighten that leg up to the sky, make sure everything's level, eyes to the top of the mat. As you exhale, foot plants, back knee drops, Anjaneyasana, opening up to that low lunge. Melting your shoulders back and down. Maybe you need to adjust through that pelvis for your low back to feel more supported. You can squeeze that back glute. Maybe adding in that cactus arm, opening a little more through the front body, find space. And then breathing out, arms forward, send the hips back, half splits. Maybe you flex that foot and let it lift. Take a moment here. Feel that hamstring lengthening. Bending that front knee, opposite hand comes down. We'll open into that easy twist. Hand to the sky, stacking your shoulders, leveraging open. Notice what the hip is doing on your side with the bent knee. Can you squeeze towards the middle of the mat? Give it a little bit of tension through the inner thighs and hips. Maybe your top arm folds back behind you, coming into a nice little bind in the shoulder. Hand to the sky. Look to the top of the mat, both hands step in. Curl your back toes enough to step into a forward fold. Let the head be heavy. Shake your head yes, that you're doing some movement here. Nod the head no for anything you need to let go of. Knees can be bent as much as you need. We're still lifting that belly button in and up towards the spine, finding length in the back body here. Let your head just release tension. Maybe your hands hug behind the thighs, pulling you deeper into a little squeeze here. We'll inhale to halfway lift, fingertips to shin, flat back extension. Notice what the shoulders are doing. Can you engage through that upper back? Make a strong number 7. Your hips are pulling to the back of the room as the crown of the head reaches forward. Breathe in fully. Breathe out, melt into that forward fold. Take a full breath in. We'll stack the spine one vertebra at a time. Tailbone is heavy, chin is tucked, and we slowly roll up bone by bone until we can reach the arms to the sky. Maybe a gentle little back bend, bring your chest up and through, squeeze the glutes gently. And we'll meet in a mountain pose, Tadasana, bringing hands to heart center, open up the chest. Check in with your feet if you can get that little root lock. Notice the stacking of the spine here. Take a couple of grounding breaths, come back into yourself. Deepening your awareness. Noticing the positive effects of just this quick little bit of time you've given yourself on the mat, so we can reset awareness in the body. Notice how you're holding yourself. Just take a couple moments here. Traditionally, at the end of our yoga practice, and I highly encourage you to do this, we'll find some time in a resting posture known as Shavasana, our corpse pose. So if you need a towel or a blanket, if you have blocks that can support under the legs, anything that you need, but we're going to come into a soft position where we can let go of holding on in the body. You could be lying down with your feet gently kicking open, palms open in a receiving fashion. And I'll encourage you to focus on your breath here. Alternatively, you could come into a seated position or take any last posture that feels good to you. This is a great time to just give yourself permission for stillness, for calm, for space. Bringing your soul focus on being present in this room. Breath is a great anchor. Feeling the rise of the chest as you inhale. Feeling the exhale, allowing you to release. Centering and anchoring back into your body. Start to feel the support of the mat beneath your head. See if you can soften the expression on your face. Relax the eyebrows. Soften the jaw. Maybe let it open gently. Let the neck be relaxed. Shoulders melting to the mat beneath you. Allowing your chest to be open and spacious as you breathe. Finding softness through the arms. Relaxing and open, letting go. Allow the belly to gently lift and lower as you're breathing. Noticing the heaviness of the hips here, grounded and supported. Softness through the legs, the knees, the ankles. And as you continue to follow the flow of breath here, think about breathing in more spaciousness and breathing out into groundedness. Allowing your mind to be like the sky, vast and open. Letting your thoughts be like little clouds, and your breath can be wind whisking the clouds away, letting them pass through, taking the role of observer, simply noticing without judgment. Let go of any thoughts you might be having. Just breathe. Taking a deep inhale, open mouth sigh, let it go. Full breath in, let it go. Inviting gentle movements to the body. You might stretch your arms overhead, your legs long in a good morning stretch. Maybe lengthening through the right side, lengthening through the left. You could wiggle the fingers and toes, circling the wrists and ankles. And I invite you to roll onto the side here into a seed pose, symboling the end of one practice and the growth of something new here. Eyes might stay closed for focus inward. Your head can be resting on that little bicep pillow. Just take a moment to consciously transition here. So often we're on the rush and on the go, and our nervous system is moving from thing to thing so rapidly. So taking a little time on your transition can be beneficial. And that might look like taking a couple deep breaths before a meeting, giving yourself a moment to really arrive to a space. When you're ready, strength of your top arm, gently pressing yourself into a seat. Hands can rest on top of the knees, maybe bringing them to heart center. Sitting nice and tall, stacking the spine. You might bow the chin forward, taking a moment to acknowledge the light within you. Noticing you always have this capacity to tune into greater awareness and mindfulness, to shift stress by using movement, connecting to yourself and connecting to others from a more compassionate place. The light in me honors and adores the light within each of you. Carry this peace. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining. I highly encourage you to build a practice and embrace movement patterns that work for you. Explore types of movement, ways to express yourself, and incorporate small little wins and celebrate them. Hydration is also going to be really vital just to help your body processes. Most people are dehydrated, so please take care of yourself and fuel with healthy meals. And take care of yourself. Have a beautiful rest of your day or your evening, and carry this peace. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips for a radiant, balanced wedding wellness journey, be sure to like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you never miss out on self-care tips and expert guidance. Let's make your wedding wellness journey joyful. See you next time.